Hello again. Today I want to talk to you about another thing that we've found here in Malaysia that works just differently than what we're used to in Canada. And that is money. Not the counting of it or the basics of it, but the ways in which you can spend your money. Or more specifically, I suppose, the ease in which we can spend our money in Canada. We were so used to our debit card worked everywhere. We just tap it and we would be able to pay for our purchases, or we had set it up so that our phones could also just be used in place of our debit card to tap and pay for things. Here, that doesn't happen. There is no Google Pay anywhere in Malaysia that we've seen yet, and to my understanding, there's just a few places that are beginning to accept Apple Pay. So being able to pay by tapping with your phone or waving your Apple Watch in front of a device doesn't work here yet. Plus, a lot of places we find ourselves shopping, like in markets or maybe riding on the bus or paying for parking sometimes, using our credit card just doesn't work. They don't accept it. They're not set up to accept it. So then we discovered something called Touch and Go. This, you probably can't see it very well, but this is the Touch and Go app on my phone. And the way it works is I've linked it with our bank account, and I'm able to add money to my Touch and Go wallet, which is the app on my phone. And then when I go to places that will accept Touch and Go, I can use it to pay. I haven't found anywhere yet anyways that lets me just wave my phone or tap it to pay. The way it works instead is they all have a little QR code that they put up. I'll open the app on my phone and I'll snap a picture of it with the app, and it automatically links it to whoever the vendor is. I punch in the amount that they tell me I owe them. I hit pay. The transaction is made. I get a little notice on my phone. When I show my phone then to the vendor, they see that I've paid them. That's something we've only recently discovered, a convenience using Touch and Go to be able to pay for things at like the market and whatnot. Instead of having to always carry around as much cash, this is much simpler. There's also this little card here. It's essentially the same thing, but obviously I couldn't use this to take a picture of a QR code and pay that way. But this is something we've been trying to get a hold of basically ever since we got into the country. We didn't realize right away how important it would be to us, simply because things like paying for parking you can't do with the app on your phone. You need this card here. The problem though is Touch and Go just started, I guess somewhere near the beginning of this year, converting all of their cards over from the old style, so they would be the ones with the magnetic stripe along the back, to a card with a NFC chip in it. The old cards aren't available anymore. They stopped making them, and they started making these ones instead. But this also coincides with the worldwide chip shortage, which is the same chip shortage that many people are experiencing and why they're having to wait for cars to be delivered to them. And so the same thing was a problem for us getting this as well. They would put out small batches of them and they'd be snapped up right away. To make matters worse, when these small batches were being released, some people were able to be right on the ball and they were ordering them in bulk. Then they would turn around and they'll sell them on Facebook Marketplace or things like that at jacked up prices. This card cost me 10 ringgit or about $3 to purchase. People are selling them anywhere from 60 to 100 ringgit, but it was very inconvenient for us, and we didn't really fully appreciate the scope of that until we went to go for a trip back in October. We got a week off, and so we took a drive, and in the process we ended up taking one of the toll highways, and we discovered, as you'll see in this video clip, that the only method they allow is to use Touch and Go. But the Touch and Go app on our phone didn't work. It had to be a Touch and Go card, but we didn't have one. And so, like I say, you'll see in this clip here the inconvenience that we got to enjoy with that.
How do I get through here?
We have touch and go on our phone.
I have just touch and go on my phone.
Okay. Yeah, we're okay.
Oh, okay. Hi. So, sorry, we're not from here, obviously. I have touch and go on my phone.
Just have the app.
I don't have a card. No, everybody's out. We've gone to Watson's and... Okay, at the gas station? Okay, what is the name of the station? Is it a Petrona or...
What do we...
It's a plaza.
Like this
Okay.
in here. So when we get to the end, we give them that and we pay.
Okay, and give money. Okay, thank you.
You can see that not only was it that we didn't have a card, but of course English is not always the first language of other people, and so there was a little bit of a communication barrier there as well. As we've discovered a couple more times now, it's just inconvenient. It's awkward, it's frustrating. And so now having this card, it'll save a whole bunch of headache for us. We can just use our touch and go card. For us, just learning and coming to appreciate different ways that we found money works or spending money works here in Malaysia. It's been a process. We've been here over 5 months now, and I think we're finally beginning to get comfortable with some of these aspects of it. Just because you get so used to doing things a certain way that when those common things aren't available to you anymore, you realize how much you took them for granted. But like I say, it's coming, and last night we used the app when we went to the night market. And we were saying by the end that maybe it's too easy now that we've discovered it'll be too easy to spend money. But we'll find that out too. Alright, so that's Touch and Go from Malaysia. See you next time.